TSSA test procedure number 2, brake contactors. I can see from our last test that we left it out of service. So in order to get it back in service, we have to remove jumpers, put it on inspection, watch it go to the machine room inspection, and then take and bring it back off. It'll do a reset mode and put us back into automatic operation after it does the redundancy tests. Now we can see that it's waiting assignment. So the purpose of this test is to verify that if any of the contactors used in picking the brake weld in, that we will detect it and shut down the car. So the test number 1 is to verify the BRK relay to see if it is welded in or not. And now the BRK relay is down at the bottom of the controller, and I'm going to zoom down here just a little bit so you can see the BRK relay. Alright, down here at the bottom of the controller right here is the BRK relay, and underneath that relay there's a switch. We're going to turn that switch to the test position, and then we're going to try to register a car call. So if you'll register the car call. Now if you notice on the screen we got a P input off fault, and it's going to try this 3 times, so you've got to give it enough time to finish the test. When the test is complete, you can see that it goes to an IO error at floor shutdown. Now if we try to, well, I say you can see that, but on the screen I've got to come back up here to where you can see that. Because now up on the screen you can see that it is now at floor shutdown. If we try to register a car call, it will not operate. So now in order to put it back onto full automatic, we have to go back down to our relay and put the switch into the normal position. Then we have to reach back up to the top of the controller, put it on inspection. You'll notice again it shows inspection here. As we take it off inspection, it'll do a reset and bring it back into full automatic operation. The next part of that test is to verify that the drive is on and able to produce current before we turn on the brake. And so in order to do that, we take our test jumper. TST1 is the test jumper that we got to put on. That test jumper is right here above the power supply fuse. And if we put on our test jumper here, once that test jumper is on, if we go ahead and register a car call, we register the car call, and if you notice you can hear the contactor pick up, but on the screen we got a DON IO failed on. It's going to try 3 times. After the 3 times, then you're going to see on the screen it'll go to an IO error at floor shutdown. Now if we try to register a call, the elevator doesn't go anywhere. It's shut down at the floor. In order to put it back into normal operation, first thing we have to do is remove our jumper. After we remove the jumper, we put the inspection switch to the down position. Again, watching that it's now on inspection mode. Put it back up, it'll go through reset and bring us back to a normal run scenario. Okay, another contactor that's in the brake circuit is the run. We have to have the run relay up in order to energize the brake. So if we go back down to the relay section down here, this relay right here is the run relay, and underneath it is another switch. If we move it to the test position, that will energize that relay coil and simulate the relay being welded in. Once we have that relay welded in, we will try to register a car call. And I'm going to come back up here to where you can see the screen. And you can see on there we get a P input off fault. And it's going to try that 3 times. After the 3rd time, we will see we get an at-floor shutdown with an IO error. Now if we try to register a car call, the elevator does not try to move because it's at the floor with the shutdown. In order to bring the car back into normal operation, we have to come back down here to our switch, put it back on the normal procedure, and reach back up to the top of the controller here, put it on inspection. Again, watching the screen, you can see all this happen in the status screen, back up, and it does the reset mode. The next thing that's in that brake circuit is the run output, which actually brings on the run relay. And in order to test it, we have to put on TST19. So we take our jumper. Now if you notice along here is all the outputs that are on contactors. Run is right here, and if we come below it right here is TST19. So we put on that TST19 jumper. We register a car call. We're going to try registering it one more time because we hit the wrong keystroke. Okay. Now if you'll notice, we get a run IO failed on. And it's going to try this 3 times, and it's not going to operate because we have a shorted output that is in the brake circuit. Now you'll notice it's at floor shutdown. We're going to try registering another car call. Alright, the car does not accept it, it won't go anywhere. So in order to put it back onto normal operation, we have to reach back down to our relays down here. Oh, excuse me. I jumped out of sequence because this was TST. So we have to remove our jumper. Once we remove the jumper, we reach up, we put it on inspection, observing the screen, back off inspection, and we're back into normal operation. The next one in the brake circuit is the run A output. That run A output, we can simulate a failure by jumping TST20. The run A is here, and right below it is TST20. So we put our jumper on TST20. Once our jumper's on TST20, we register a car call. When we register the car call, you notice on the screen we've got a run A IO failed on. Again, it's going to try 3 times. At the end of the 3rd try, you'll see that it goes to an at-floor shutdown, IO error. We're going to try registering our car call again. And the elevator will not go because it's at-floor shutdown. In order to put it back onto normal operation, we reach up and we take off our jumper. We'll come up and put it on inspection, and then we'll take it off inspection. It'll go through the reset procedure and bring us back into normal operation. That concludes the TSSA test number 2.